I'm Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2024 Toyota RAV4 and you're looking for a more affordable chain just to get you through those light duty snow and ice conditions, but you want something that's going to be really easy to put on compared to other chains out there, then the Titan chain tire chains with the rubber tensioner are going to be a great option for you. So let's check them out. So we are going to be installing this on our front axle as what the manual recommends. And we're going to have this on tire size 235, 55, R19. Now this will fit a variety of other sizes. That's just the size we have today. If you're not sure if this is going to fit your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the right one for you. But the first thing, let's actually start installing this to see how it looks. So there's a few things you want to check. Make sure you have your rubber tensioner. And we also want to make sure there's no damages to our links. So we're just looking for any type of breakage, any cracks, or anything that's really bent. But these are looking really good. We also want to make sure this is in the right orientation. So the things to consider in that are going to be, you'll see these little blocks here. They're going to say tire side on that. You want that to be facing up. And you want this opening here at the center to be disconnected and closest to you. Later on, when we get this behind our tire, we're going to make a connection on the back side. And what that's going to look like is we're going to have this link here. That's going to grab on to that hook, just like that. But let's actually get it on first before we actually do that. Now the trick to this is going to be sliding it behind your tire. If it's kind of icy outside, this will be pretty easy to do. You can just push it and slide it. Now, if it's snowy, you might have to just kind of chuck it a little bit to get it or reach to the other side. And from here, we're just going to position this until it feels even. Now, we're going to make that back connection like I was talking about. So, grabbing that hook and that other side with the link, reaching up, just like that. And they're going to connect together like so. Then you're going to maintain control of your chains. We're going to make another connection on the top front side. We're going to have this opening and this block that goes right into there, just like that. There is another one, but we're going to wait to tighten that one up until we make that connection on the bottom side. And I'm just going to shift this a bit so it's a little more even. Now this one can be a little bit tricky. You might have to put some body weight into this to really get this connect. You can see we're just really close. It really comes down to that, just shifting these chains a little bit so it will line up. Just like that. And I think this is feeling pretty good. I'm going to try to get this one more here. If I am able to get this, it's going to be a really good fit. Be really tight. It's just barely too short, but that's okay. That's why we have that rubber tensioner. We're just going to take these green hooks, make sure they're facing out so they don't puncture anything or damage anything. And the way I like to do this is in a star pattern. So just going to the one furthest from each other on these openings. And these are going to work together to keep your chain from loosening up. Now, once you have this on all the way, we're going to check for the fitment, making sure this feels nice and tight. And I can already kind of struggle with this last one. There we go. Pulling on that, this feels really snug. I'm liking the way this fits. This is a good fit. So what we're going to do at this point is repeat the same process on the other side. Now it's important that you do a back up and pull forward test because this might shift some of your chains. And if that happens, we might be able to get that secondary block through that hole. Once you've done that and once it feels good, then you can take it out for a ride. But from this point, we can kind of take a look at some of the specs. So here at the top, these links are going to be made from a alloy steel. So these are going to be a little bit softer compared to other ones out there. that's okay. It's going to give you a smoother ride, and that's what also going to be thanks to these roller links. Since they are more smooth, they're going to more so glide over the surface, so it's great for that light duty snow. And they're going to be Class S chains, so you're going to have plenty of space to sit underneath your suspension. And they're going to be a diagonal pattern. And with a diagonal pattern, that's a little bit better than a ladder pattern, still giving you a lot of coverage on here. And good for making turns, but won't be as good as something like a diagonal pattern. Now, when we look at the center, you can kind of see the star shape that's happening, and that's thanks to this rubber tensioner. This tensioner is pulling everything, keeping it nice and tight, providing tension for when you drive. That's great because when you drive down the road, what can happen a lot of times is your chains will shift, and once they shift, they loosen up. So that's just going to prevent that. Now your kit will come with a bag, and there's going to be another set of chains in here. And this is a pretty light duty bag. That's okay, these are light duty chains, so it really shouldn't tear anything up. What I like about these chains though is typically when you have these bags with a roller style chain is when you roll them up, they're really springy. And since they're springy, it's really hard to get them back in the bag. With these though, since they're not super springy, they're pretty lax. When you roll them up, they fit in here really nice. Now, in my opinion, I think these are great, especially if you're on a budget and you're just going over those more so light duty areas with a little bit of snow. Now, if you're getting a little bit more snow and ice and you still want to save some money, but you don't want to get underneath your vehicle, then I'd probably go with the P-Wag Brenta tire chains. Those are great because they're a little bit more rugged, and compared to some of the easier tire chains, those are going to be the next ones that are the most affordable. But really, it's just going to depend on how much snow you're going through and what your budget is. But this is just a look at the Titan Chain tire chains with the rubber tensioner on our 2024 Toyota RAV4. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.